Cowboy fans and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic. Especially when yesterday we thought, with our fullback Jameez Olawale opting out, that might take something away from us. But then, as I read some articles today and kind of forgot about it myself last season, the two running back look, something we don't do too often. It's now more than likely you'll have to pull that off. Nothing against the undrafted rookie free agent Siwo. I can't pronounce his last name, I'm sorry. But I don't think it's his time. It'll be hard with no preseason to ramp it up and get him acclimated to being a starter. And that's probably not going to happen. You'll probably see what he has, but more than likely he won't be activated on game days if he doesn't just get outright cut by the end of training camp. But yeah, I'd love to see more two-back sets. I'd love to see some more plays where you would have to have maybe 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, no tight ends, and move a wide receiver into the backfield with the running backs and hand it off. You never know what you could do. Because, back when we had Lucky Whitehead, all they would do with him is a fake screen or a handoff or any kind of trick play you always knew was either coming or not coming with him back there. And that got kind of, easy to figure out. I hated to see it because you always knew that it was either going to be a play for him or not. And 90% of the time, it was not going to be a play for him. And it just looked bad that was the best you could come up with. That kind of gadget play, just like the web back in Tavon Austin. And they hardly ever put him on the field. I mean, Jesus Christ. Tony Pollard can do more than just be your third down back. He could be much more than just a receiving back. I don't think he could take a workload like Zeke probably could, but he can definitely bring a new dimension to the running game or the passing game. We've seen it. And the fact that now you're almost pressured into doing something different is something Jason Garrett never had to do in his tenure. Now you're almost guaranteed to have fresh new looks on offense, something we haven't had to see in quite some time. If this was the Jason Garrett era, darn well they'd be rushing out the door right now trying to pick up any kind of fullback. And that's not cool. I mean, you just have a running back on the roster just to have a running back when he's not really needed. That's starting to get stupid. Because you're running Zeke out of the backfield without a running back in the I formation and so much. Like 85-90% of the time. What was the point of the fullback? You kept re-signing one, but you never used them. Tyler Klutz, Keith Smith, now Olawale. I mean, what's the point of keeping these guys if you're never going to use them? You have them out there for 1 or 2 plays a game, and they're supposed to make way for a running play or something, but you never use them. In fact, more often than not, you just plugged in another offensive lineman to lead the charge. Especially in goal line situations, you just went jumbo heavy. So, the fullback, there's a reason they've been phased out of the picture in most NFL teams because nobody really uses them anymore. But that's my opinion on that. We'll have them back next season, and we'll see what the offense can come up with without a fullback on the roster if they go that route. I like to see it. It'll bring something fresh, something new, something the whole league hasn't seen from us, and it'll be something that will definitely help us win some games because now defenses know really what to do. Next up, we have Doug Peterson. head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He has came out as asymptomatic of COVID-19. He's been put on the list. He's self-quarantining. He's doing all right. But, yeah, just the fact that I got into an Eagles fan yesterday and they're talking all that smack, and it seems like, as most of us have pointed out, they only seem to remember the one game they beat us. They seem to forget all the games they lost. Like, that didn't matter. They seem to forget that at the end of the season, all they had to do really was to beat the Eagles, beat the Redskins and the Giants to get a shot at winning the division. It wasn't that hard to do. But the fact that we have a new head coach and everything has to be implemented new is now an onus on them, because they were touted as the only team in the NFC East to have the coaching staff remain, that nothing was going to change. But now your coach is going to be gone for however long they're going to quarantine him. That's going to stunt you a little bit. I mean, this is the guy y'all go to. This is your head coach. If he's not around for 2 weeks, I'm sure, the rest of the coaching staff can pick up the slack, but you won't have that head giving you the speeches and everything that you look forward to. So that's just something weird, that a head coach now, of all times, is now not going to be around for a little bit. In other news, apparently Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has bought the XFL for $15 million. Him and some kind of investment group. Not sure how that's going to work out. Not sure if they're going to reopen the XFL next season, or what the idea behind all that was, or if it's something Vince McMahon just wanted to get off his plate and just sold it for anything, basically. Because he put way more money into it than they did buying it. Because I do believe that he said that he had spent like $300 million in reserve for something to happen, and then you sell it for only $15 million. So, hey, I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a billionaire. I don't know what y'all do with y'all money. That's on y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the investment. Good for you. But today, we have everybody heading into the training camp. They got their strength and conditioning ramping up this week. So they'll be getting back slowly into that football shape. Now you can have these guys who've been injured really getting into that rehab. They're getting into getting these players that might have slacked off in the offseason back together. People like Aldon Smith, he's going to need this to get back fully into the swing of things. You have Zeke Elliott, who looks cut better than most of the off seasons we've seen him. He looks ready to go. And surprisingly, this is one of the only training camps that he would have been around that he could have actually participated in. Because I don't think he's played but one series in his 5 years of being on the team now. And all these off seasons, he's only played like a series and a preseason game since we've drafted him. Dak Prescott, he's cut. He's ready to go. He's been practicing and getting help during the off season, training with John Kitna and stuff, training with Des Bryant and Zeke on their own. Let's see. We have the rookies. They're finally going to be able to get back acclimated. It'll be easier this year to have them doing the virtual meetings and doing a little bit of physical contact and everything than any other season, when they're just thrown into the fire and they kind of look bad in training camp because they're not ready for the speed of the NFL. Now, everybody's at that speed. Until football fully begins at the first game of the season, you're not going to be ready for any kind of speed. And a lot of teams won't be ready for any of that. So that's a little bit more of an advantage for the rookies this year, that they don't have to sit back and really be like, oh my God, this is too much for me. because everybody here is far more advanced than me right now. But since everything was canceled, they're all on even footing right now. You'll have veterans that have been there before, but even they have times when, they kind of slack off and they're not fully going 100%. So this will be a little bit easier. But I can't wait. I'm excited. If you didn't see it, I'm sure all the other Cowboys YouTubers have put it out there, the Twitter handles and the Facebook of Mike McCarthy addressing the team at their first team meetings yesterday. For the little bit of a clip that it was, it's still inspiring. I'm just happy to freaking see somebody else other than Jason Garrett come out, say the same old crap year in and year out, and come up with a new stupid catchphrase. Recommit. Dedication, determination, all these stupid catchphrases they'd put on a shirt to get them through the season, and then it doesn't mean a hill of beans at the end of the season. I'm glad to hear somebody else come out and say winning is everything. It's all about winning. That's great. I can't wait. That's what I want. That's what these fans want. And if that's truly what the Joneses want, then you finally got the right one to lead you there. Can't wait. Let's see. People have talked about the Super Bowl. If we have one, will this be an asterisk around it? Yes and no. Yes, because this is a very unique offseason. Know that if they do make it through a full 16-game season and the playoffs and Super Bowl, then it shouldn't have an asterisk because you did go through a whole season. It's not like it was shortened or anything. Now, some of the players may or may not have been on some squads that could have made a difference, but that's just like having them injured. Basically, everybody cries about saying, oh, well, my guy was injured, this, that, and the other. And we say being injured isn't an excuse anymore, because you should have guys ready to step up in those places. So, yes and no on the asterisk. We'll just have to see how the season pans out. But that's about it. Somebody brought up to Mark Holmes about who gets a Super Bowl ring if you win. Basically, it's whoever the organization wants. If the organization just wants the players to have rings, it'll be just the players, coaches, staff. If they want everybody walking around with it, to the secretaries and, the ladies who put the lettering and the numbers on their jerseys to have one, they'll get one. It just depends on the ownership group, front office, who gets a Super Bowl ring. Retired players or something, honorary Super Bowl rings, stuff like that. It's just going to be basically up to the Joneses, really. So, you had, like, Mike McCarthy, when he won the Super Bowl in AT&T Stadium in 2010, instead of having, rings or anything like that being put out there, they had a bunch of wrestling title belts made up for the players. And that was different. And, it's just whatever they want to come up with to try and be a little different. But, as I said, that's on the front office. But that's all I got for now. It's been a pretty quiet Monday. I hate Mondays. This is the second Monday in a row, actually third Monday in a row, that I've just felt like crap for like the last month. I don't know what it is. It's just Mondays. Maybe it's because my shift hours got changed. I don't know. But today has just not been one of them days to get up and go. But I'm here. I'm going to work. I'm doing what I got to do. And I'm going to stay safe, I hope you guys do too. I hope y'all have a great Monday. Another Sunday down and in the books, closer to football. I do believe we're at 40 days and some change to the regular season kickoff for us at LA Rams' new stadium. And if anything else happens, we'll get it to you. Till then, have a good one. Be a Dallas Cowboy fan.